What's up, Bass and friends? This is Mr. Bass, and I have an exciting video to share with you today, or at least I think it's exciting because I want to talk about one of my favorite techniques there is on the planet to fish for bass, and that is the vibrating jig or the chatterbait. And I was fishing this week using a vibrating jig, and I was fishing with some of the standard super awesome ones that are out there. I was fishing the jackhammer, excellent lure. I was fishing the thunder cricket, which is also an excellent lure. It worked great. I was catching fish, but I had several rigs tied up, several setups. Because I was sharing with people, and also a lot of times I will switch it up depending upon the color and that kind of thing. So one of my go-to chatterbaits or vibrating jigs I had tied on, and it ended up catching me more fish than any of the other high dollar lures out there. And as I got done at the end of the day, I think I'd caught probably 30 fish on that thing. And it had another day like that a few days previous. And then about a month before that, I caught almost 60 fish with that lure. And I was thinking, you know, I've had so many great days fishing with this vibrating jig. And it's not fancy. It's not high dollar. It's not super famous. In fact, most of you have probably never heard of this company. And I thought, man, I'm going to talk about this in a video because this kind of stuff is what gets all the press and all the accolades. And they're super expensive. Look at how much that one costs there. $15.99. And that's the cricket costs like $13.99. Thunder cricket, and these are all the rage, and I'll show you those real quick if you've not fished with them before. Here is an up close and personal thunder cricket, and this one is like their bluegill color or something. I love this color, and I have a lot of success on it. I've caught a lot of fish with this color, so it's definitely one I like. They have a stainless steel blade, and it's really thin. It's like razor thin, and they say that helps it vibrate, and it has this funny deal on it. So thunder cricket's very popular, and of course the jackhammer is super popular. This is a jackhammer. One thing I really like about the jackhammer is they print the weight right on the head, and I thought, man, Strike King has this same $15 competitor. Surely they're going to print, rats, I dropped it. Surely they're going to print the size on theirs, the weight. Nope, not there. Like, how can that be? So that's one advantage, I'd say, to the jackhammer. I like the way the jackhammer fishes a little better than the thunder cricket. The jackhammer also has a very thin blade, and you can see instead of the curved head, it's got an angle. And if you notice, the tip is bent back just ever slightly. It's bent back, and maybe that's what makes the jackhammer unique. It's definitely an excellent lure. Z-Man makes that. He makes some great colors as well. Okay, then you have the original chatterbait, which this is how it all started. Right there. And of course the original doesn't have the head printed. It has a cheaper hook. It has a pretty similar shape, but it's thicker, and I guess it's not made out of the same materials. It definitely has a different action even though they're made by the same company. The chatterbait and the jackhammer are made by the same company, but they fish differently. They definitely are different. So those two are, that's the original. Now the original, the newest version of the original came out, and it's got this different line tie on it. If you notice, the old school ones have this regular old clip on it. If I can hold it up, see? Regular old clip. But the newest original jackhammer, which is only like $3 to $4 now, has this funky twisted wire. I haven't even fished with it yet, so I don't know. It's hard to see because it's so small. There you go. But that's it. Then a couple of others that you may be familiar with. Here's another, it's a chatterbait version, but they've combined with, I think, Freedom Tackle. They've made this swivel head so that the hook swivels freely. I don't really like this one. Don't know why. It has that wire thing on it too. It's never been really one I've used a lot. I have these homemade ones made by a guy here where I live in a local tackle store. They work well. This just has a flat, straight head. Nothing fancy about it, but it works. I mean, these things do catch fish. You've probably heard of the Pure Poison. Pure Poison. I'm pretty sure Strike King makes this. I don't know if they still make this one now that they've come out with a Thunder Cricket. I haven't looked it up, don't know. But it has more of a pointed head. These are a little curvier. A lot of guys used to really fish this a lot, and I haven't heard many guys talk about it lately. But this was kind of hot in the early days. Another one that I don't know if many people know about is the TNT Baits Claymore jig. Andy Cuccia invented this, designed it. He passed away recently. Good guy though. I fished with him several times. Very famous in the fishing world. The thing that makes the Claymore different, and one of the reasons why I don't care for it a whole lot, to tell you the truth, but I have fished it and caught fish. I really like the head. It's an archy head. They have great skirts. They're hand tied, and they're more of the rubber type skirt. That part I like. I like everything about this. I like. This is very similar to just his regular flipping jig. What I don't like is he's got two O-rings that he's put on here, and to me, they're okay. Still not a bad one to try if you can still find them. I don't know where you can get them, but the thing I really wanted to talk about is oh, here's another good one. Finch Nasty. There's so many companies that make these. I could do this all day, but this is another nice vibrating jig. Very nice vibrating jig that is made by this company called Finch Nasty. But the one you're not using, and the one that I'm catching tons of fish on and is still cheap, is this little number right here. Let me take her off. Now look at the skirt colors. Excellent colors. In fact, looks a lot like this. Now, ignore the. Look at that.
Alternatively, a kind of person. As a verb.
Alexa, stop. Like I wanted Alexa's opinion right now. The skirt color here, though, is interesting, isn't it? Here's a brand new Thunder Cricket. And here's an old super secret bait of mine. And the colors are very similar. You can see with the head how beat up it is. I can't tell you how many fish I've caught just on this one vibrating jig, but it's hundreds. Now, look at the head that makes this a little unique. The head shape is rounded. It has a flat top. It's perfectly straight, so it doesn't have any of the fancy curved things like the high dollar ones do. But it's got these two holes, and I think these two holes have something to do with making the action good. But you get a ton of vibration out of this thing, and it's probably less than half the price of one of these super expensive ones. And to me, it's nearly perfect, especially for the money. And I got my favorite trailer on here, which is the Yamamoto Zaco. And I do think it's the best trailer for chatterbaits and for vibrating jigs. I really do. One thing that kind of surprises me is how durable this Zaco is. When you look at Yamamoto baits like the Cinco, they tear up so easy, so quick. But these Zacos last and last and last. And you can see how torn up this thing is. I've caught so many fish on this. I know I've caught 40 fish on this one Zaco. Maybe more. I chartreused up the tail, put a little chartreuse on it, because where I'm fishing there's a lot of bluegill. And this Zaco has great action, very subtle. It's made, Brett Height created this to work with the jackhammer, and it works fantastic with the jackhammer, but it works fantastic with all of these vibrating jigs. But to me, for the money, this is the best vibrating jig I've ever fished with. Now, obviously, I haven't tried them all. I'm just one guy. I'm just a fisherman. I'm not an expert. I don't know everything. But for the money, I think this is the best one out there. So, what is this? Where do you get it? These are not a sponsor. I get nothing from this. I don't know these guys from Adam. In fact, the way I found these is I found them in a Walmart in Alabama when I was down there fishing a tournament one time. And I needed some more chatterbaits, and this is what they had. Here it is. It's called the Rumble Fish. The Rumble Fish. And it is made by a company called Strike Zone Lures. Strike Zone Lures. These are incredible, incredible lures. I really like this green head. I use the fish with the green head a lot. I fish with the black head a lot. This kind of nickel, this is a silver head, but they have this nickel plated, nickel colored head as well. Their head colors, their blade colors, I think matter a lot. I think that's why they're so effective as well. Very durable, great, great, great vibrating jigs. Like I said, I don't know these guys from Adam. I hope you can still find them, because I bought a ton of them and I've just been using them for ages over the years. But they have great colors, high quality components, kind of unique colored blades that I do think at times matters. Look at this one with the white and the chartreuse and the yellow, a few yellow strands. Very, very nice lures. You know, if you don't like all these super long strands, just cut them down. No big deal. And here's one of their black and blue ones. And of course they make different sizes and weights and different size heads. But I highly recommend these. I really think the secret, you know, the reason KVD's joining me today is he wanted to know what's the secret vibrating jig. He throws the Thunder Cricket, but this might be a good one to have in your back pocket. KVD may start throwing this before too long. Who knows? Anyway, the Rumblefish, go get some, try them out. Let me know if you try them out, or let me know if you fish with these and you like them. I think they're fantastic. Maybe that was helpful. I hope it was. Please, if you like the video, subscribe, share, like. Hope you have great time fishing vibrating jigs. They are a blast. All right, I have an update for you, and I am sorry to say, maybe I should have looked this up before I did this video, because Strike Zone Lures does not make any vibrating jigs anymore. If you go on their website, they make swim jigs, they make shaky head jigs, they make spinner baits, ledge spinner baits, but they don't make a vibrating jig anymore. That is a real shame. Hopefully there was still something in this video that you could use, but this sweet little lure is no more. It's history. So sorry about setting you up there and then letting you down. They're not making bladed jigs. I did send them an email to see if there might be a place where you can get them, and if they send it back to me, I will let you know. One point I think is good to make, though, or good to think about, is the $15 ones are cool. They do catch fish, but you don't have to have a $15 vibrating jig to catch a lot of fish. There are a lot of other really good, high quality vibrating jigs, chatterbait type lures out there. And if you just experiment, try them out, you'll find a few that you really like, and you'll have just as good a time fishing. You'll catch a ton of fish and really enjoy it. So sorry for the misinformation. I got old KVD all pissed off at me now because he was really hoping to get a secret to help him win his next tournament, but can't help him out. Don't know what to say about that. So thanks again for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. See you.